Hi everybody. So today we are going to be revisiting a friend of the show, or should I say enemy. Consider this sort of a part 2, I guess. But before we get into the video, welcome back to the channel everybody. I'm Danielle. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. So like I mentioned, we've talked about them before, but for those of you who didn't see the first video, I'll do a quick little recap. At the time when we first talked about them, the mother and father had 4 children, and she was currently pregnant with the 5th. They are a blended family, and the mother fetishizes everything from being pregnant to her husband's race. She reminds me a lot of Nika Diwa in that way because she says that her husband's genetics are superior, and she is pregnant with a baby that has superior genetics. Honestly, they're just selfish ass parents that squeeze their entire family of now 7 into a 1-bedroom home. The children sleep in the kitchen/dining room near the front door. Meanwhile, the parents sleep in the bedroom, fully decked out with a PS5, a bed, because, oh yeah, the children also did not have beds. We'll get into that in just a second. And many of us are speculating that the reason why she feels that she needs the bedroom rather than the children to be safe is because they are gardening, including Stephanie, the mother, while she was pregnant, even though she likes to deny it. The reason we actually started talking about her in the first place is because they were already living in poverty, and she was insisting on having more kids. And she said that if she went viral, her husband would, actually not her husband, her baby daddy would hump away and give her more babies. And before we get too deep into this, I have mentioned this before, but I just want to make it clear that I am not judging them for having financial issues or struggling whatsoever. I would never hate on or judge anybody for being in a tough financial spot. I understand that situations can be difficult. However, what I struggle to understand is how, despite facing major financial challenges, they continue to choose to have more children, adding on to an already messed up situation. They also promoted their Amazon wish list, asking followers to purchase things from this list. And when people took a closer look, they found that a lot of items on it were listed for the father, Drew. So they were asking followers to purchase items for a grown-ass man who does gig work, mind you, and refuses to get an actual 9-to-5 job because they avoid W-2s like the plague. He doesn't want to pay child support because, oh yeah, he also walked out on one of his children and is a deadbeat father. And now he is afraid of getting his wages garnished. This man has also been on TikTok talking down on just about every job out there: construction work, truck driving, just being very snooty, turning his nose up at every opportunity. And while they don't even refer to jobs as jobs, they call them a W-2. That's what they call jobs. So he refuses to get a job and asks his followers to purchase him shit on the Amazon registry. And you know, much like all of the amazing moms on TikTok, like Ash Trevino and Ruby Frankie, Stephanie also does not have beds for her children, as I mentioned. And she actually revealed that she took the beds away as a punishment in 2022 and still had not replaced the beds until they had listed it on that registry and their followers purchased it for them. And still, when the beds were delivered, they did not set them up properly with a proper mattress. The apartment is lice infested. They have fleas because, oh yeah, they had cats as well that Stephanie was on TikTok crying about because she couldn't afford the vet bills. And I'm not saying that she is like personally dirty or a dirty person, because she is always cleaning. I will give her that. But when you have 5 kids in a 1-bedroom apartment, by default, it is going to be messy. Kids are messy, not to mention that she said she only bathes her children once a week. They get bathed once a week. And you still want more children to add to this current situation just because what? Oh, because you and your husband are fetishizing your pregnancies? Because that is absolutely what they're doing. And it is so unfair to the children. So yeah, these are just extremely gross and selfish parents. They put themselves and their own selfish needs first, even though she says she prioritizes her children. We don't see that play out whatsoever. And yet she has said that actually she wants 12 kids, 12 in a tiny house. So let's see. They don't have money for beds, for a bigger apartment, for essentials because they had to list all of those on their Amazon registry. They don't have money for lice treatment, for flea treatment, for the vet bill, but yet somehow they have money for ganja and for her husband to be sitting on his lazy ass playing PS5 all day. I don't know about you guys, but if that were me in my household, that PS5 would have been sold long ago. Because it just blows my mind that your children do not have beds, but you have a PS5. So I just want to get into the gardening accusations really quick because as of late, she has tried to deny that she was ever smoking during her pregnancy or that she even smokes at all. And I provided plenty of proof in my last video that they in fact were smoking during this pregnancy. But what the heck? Let's just cover our bases here and play this video where she is absolutely smoking while pregnant, and the sound says smoking is bad for your health, but I don't care.
Smoking is not good for your health, but you know what? I don't care.
Oh, but guys, it gets better because she actually commented on that post and said, again, literally years ago on that post, but you were pregnant. So it's either this pregnancy or your last pregnancy, which either of those are concerning. Anyways, she continues on to say, you have no idea what me and my doctor decided on my medical plan during pregnancy. My body, my choice. If you have an issue with respecting what I'm saying about my own self, just leave. It's that easy. And for any supporters that let trolls sway your opinion on... And for any supporters that let trolls sway your opinion, you're on who you're following. Why even follow? What? Okay, that was a tough one to get through. Another really interesting post is the one where she says, I'm trying to be good and microdose, but the kids are on it today. Microdose what, Stephanie? And again, she is pregnant. So it's entirely acceptable to her and her husband that they are lazy, they don't get out there and get a W-2 job, they have absolutely no skills, no education, and don't put in any effort whatsoever to improve their life besides their horribly edited videos. And guys, I'm not saying I'm the best content creator out there, but I'm definitely better than whatever this is. The least she could do is take a freaking course, like improve your skills, please. And last but not least, when I mentioned that Drew is not her actual husband, that's because she is still married to a convicted SA offender who SA'd a 14-year-old, a 7-year-old, and his own mother. Lovely. She really knows how to pick them, doesn't she? So after that little recap, which was way longer than I'd hoped it would be, the reason why we are discussing them today, the reason why we're all gathered here on this fine evening is because now, after all of this, the resilient, janky-ass parents are getting evicted. They have not actually left the home yet, but they have been served an eviction notice and have a hearing scheduled for February. And I don't think we actually know the reason for the eviction as of yet. It could honestly be for any number of reasons, whether it's that they didn't pay rent, though I'm not sure if that's the case because I did see a video of this creator on TikTok that calculated how much money they would be making, did all this mathematical smart stuff that I have no idea how to do. But she speculated that they made $100,000 in one of these recent months. So I'm unsure if that's the reason why they're getting evicted, or, maybe the fact that they have 7 people crammed into a 1-bedroom home is dangerous and it's a fire hazard. When she posted a video stating that she got some somewhat discouraging news. Girl, somewhat discouraging? You mean a freaking nightmare?
So I just got some somewhat discouraging news, to say the least, and I really just feel like it's the devil just trying to get in my head and stop me in my tracks when I'm starting to feel like God's plans are unraveling for us. So I'm going to just put some oldies on, reset this kitchen.
And then she goes into a Sunday reset. So I know her mic sucks because of course it does. Those little fuzzy mics always remind me of the little pom-pom balls we had in the 90s with the googly eyes and the little feet and antennas. Oh my God, I sound so old, but I used to have them all over my desk and pencil box at school. But I hate those mics. Anyways, she said, we got some somewhat discouraging news. And she feels like the devil is trying to stop her in her tracks just when God's plan is unraveling for them. I'm sorry, but I have questions. First of all, how is this somewhat discouraging news? Girl, you are about to give birth and you are getting evicted simultaneously. How is that somewhat discouraging? That is a freaking nightmare. Not to mention, she is still having to cook, clean, get the kids ready, all that stuff, because her deadbeat baby daddy refuses to help with a single thing, even though I know she tries to pretend like he does so much. But every single time he walks into the room, he is wearing his freaking headset for the PS5.
Okay, you really know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how you got 2 seconds, but I'm like that.
Love it.
Okay, this is a good piece.
And as far as the devil trying to stop her in her tracks, with people like her, everything that goes wrong in their life, any little inconvenience, it's always the devil. It's never the consequences of her own actions. The devil didn't force you to have all these children in a 1-bedroom apartment. That was you. The devil didn't keep you from going out there and getting a job and working. That was you. The devil didn't spend your money on a PS5 and forcing your husband to sit there all day and play video games. So this little excuse about the devil getting in her tracks is just a scapegoat and a way for her not to take any responsibility for the choices she's making. So since it's her that is responsible for stopping her in her tracks, is she calling herself the devil? But lately, Stephanie has been big mad and she's been clapping back at the haters, not just in the comment section, but in her videos. So let's watch this next one.
I've never been disliked by someone I'd want to trade places with. I'm going to say it again. I've never been disliked by someone I would want to trade places with. Happy Wednesday.
She's so happy with herself for that one. And I just can't stand these audios where they say something and then they go, I'm going to say it again. And they proceed to say the same dumbass shit. And besides, these comparisons are incredibly stupid. It's similar to when people say,
Never take someone's opinion that you wouldn't trade places with.
just because you don't want to trade places with somebody doesn't mean you can't learn from or respect their perspective. Like a therapist, for example. I wouldn't want to trade places with my therapist, but I would still listen to their advice because they have a unique, valuable perspective and expertise that can help me navigate my own life. You wouldn't want to trade places with your financial advisor, but still, their financial advice could be invaluable. She's just so dumb. You don't have to want to trade places with somebody to benefit from their thoughts or experiences. Some of the best life lessons can come from people that are in situations that you would never want to be in. She is just so narrow-minded. Anyways, let's watch this next one because she's on a rampage.
Imagine being so bored with your own life, you have the time to just go around snooping into other people's.
Snooping? It's public information. What are you talking about?
Honestly, don't even know how y'all find the time. Now, to me, what a content creator chooses to post on their videos is what they decide to make somebody else's business. I don't know if y'all need to hear that again, but like I said, what we choose to post is what we made everybody else's business. What you go around snooping for, like I said, it just screams bored of your own life.
She acts as though she is gracing us with her presence. What we choose to post is what we make everyone else's business. Oh, so you mean your entire life? Because you've chosen to make literally your entire life and your children's life public. And now you're upset, acting like we're just so bored with our lives because you are mad that you are now getting called out. She's so dumb.
So on that note, I don't know why I would ever let that mentally affect me. Like, public record or not, what does it really take for someone to be like, oh my gosh, I hate this person I've seen online so much, I'm gonna go looking for their court documents and everything.
Oh, she's mad. She's mad that people found out about her husband's essay. But girl, it is public record. Literally, if you look up his name, there are articles on it. Girl, this is called research, not snooping. Stephanie, I know it's really hard to comprehend that people are just that smart that they know how to do basic research, but to frame it as snooping because we're just so bored with our own lives is crazy.
It honestly makes me laugh.
Really? Because it doesn't sound like you're laughing.
On that note, let me say this. If you're the type to be easily persuaded on your opinion on someone based on what you hear about them online, instead of going right to the source and getting to know the person, you're not the kind of supporter I would want on our page anyways. And I could have jumped on here and made every right choice as a mother and y'all still would have something to complain about. So I'm gonna just continue to do my life, worry about my family, and get ready to meet this beautiful baby girl. This morning we went to my 38-week appointment. Baby girl's looking good, looking like she's gonna be right on time. I low-key think the doctor in there knew about us or something because he had a biased opinion and he was pushing birth control. I get y'all have your opinions, but I don't think it's right for anyone to push their opinion on a woman about her body. Okay, that's all for this video. I'm gonna go attempt to make Teeny's mac and cheese. Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night. Bye.
Oh my God, how dumb is this girl? Oh my God, she thinks she's a celebrity. She really does. She's like, oh my God, I think the doctor knew us. Girl, doctors push birth control on everybody. Personally, myself, I've never been on birth control, yet every single time I go to the gynecologist, they always ask if I want birth control. You're not special. That is their job. Doctors, for the most part, their jobs are to prevent unwanted pregnancies. You understand that, right? You're not special. The doctor did not see you on the cover of Vogue because you're so famous now and decide to be biased against you. Oh my God, this lady has marbles for brains. But let's keep going. Here she is packing for the hospital in the middle of getting evicted. She's literally about to give birth, packing to go to the hospital in the next couple of days, and probably gonna get evicted in about 30 days. You tell me if that's a parent that seems like they have their life together. And listen, I am in no way talking down on people who get evicted at all. And actually, sadly, getting evicted is a reality for so many people in this country. So many of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and we are just one emergency away, one car breaking down, one vet visit, hospital bill, or anything unexpected away from not being able to pay rent. It is a harsh reality for many of us. However, in this case, my concern is that she is navigating this very uncertain, precarious situation while also expressing the desire that she wants to have more children. She says she wants 12. And whether she is joking or not, it is very clear that she is considering having more. And to me, it just feels very irresponsible to bring more children into this already unstable living situation. It's not just risky, it's thoughtless, it's selfish. So anyways, let's watch her pack for the hospital while she's telling us that everyone is making this into something wicked.
So a lot of people want to make this experience just something so wicked and ugly about us, and it's the birth of our baby. It's a beautiful thing for us. It's an exciting thing for us. It's an experience. It's birthing a baby and bringing life into the world and having a whole nother life in our bundle of happiness. And
okay, I get that having a baby is absolutely such a beautiful, magical, and completely life-changing experience. kids. And before I say any of this, I want to make it abundantly clear that I am not one of those people that likes to talk down on having children or motherhood. I truly believe that it is the most magical thing in the world, the most important job you can have. And I myself cannot wait to be a mother. I wish I would have had kids sooner, all that stuff. And I would never ever tell somebody or give somebody reasons not to have children. I know some people do that. That is not me. I believe that if you want to have children, you should have them. If you don't, you don't. But I would never myself tell somebody that just because I don't have children, they too shouldn't have children. If you want children, have them. Like I said, I wish I would have had them sooner. So I get that she's excited. I really do. But sometimes it feels like she is acting as though having kids is the end all, be all of life. And don't get me wrong, being a mom is incredibly important. It's the most important job you could ever have. Actually, the most important job that even exists. But what I'm trying to say is that it is really sad when that is your only sense of accomplishment that you've ever had in your life. And that is coming from somebody who believes that is truly the meaning of life, for me personally. But when that is your only accomplishment ever in life, you've never gotten a degree, never pursued your dream career, never started a business, followed your passion, nothing. When your entire life and identity revolves around motherhood, it's just giving me the vibe that she's really unfulfilled and she's getting upset that everybody isn't jumping for joy with her. I know plenty of people in my family especially who have sacrificed everything for their kids. And I respect that tremendously. But the thing is, women today have so many more opportunities than our ancestors did. We have choices. That's why it's hard to watch someone today, especially when they're living in poverty and have already given up much of their own life, continue to intentionally and purposefully sacrifice even more, because now it's not just her life that's being affected. It's spilling over into her children's lives. Because by choosing to bring more children into this already messed up situation, her existing children are the ones who are going to be suffering because they're the ones who have to share resources, attention, and stability. Not to mention, but she's also completely fetishizing this entire experience to the point where some people are wondering whether she's, one, creating rage bait content, or two, creating fetish content while using her children as props. And regardless, whether she knows it or not, even if she's not even aware, this is absolutely fetish content and she is using her children as props. But it's a beautiful thing, guys. Even though her children don't have beds, they're sharing clothes, they have lice, they have fleas, even though they will soon be evicted and her children won't have a roof over their head. It's a beautiful thing, okay? It's sad because she is making this choice, but her children are the ones who will feel the consequences. Anyways, let's continue.
So I feel like a lot of people are trying to make this such an ugly thing because y'all don't like how many kids we have, and that's your opinion. But this is a beautiful experience for us. We're excited about our baby. Can't wait to meet our baby. So going into this, getting ready for labor and delivery experience, I'm a little bit nervous that we're going to deal with some kind of nurse or doctor that has their biased opinion. And I just don't feel like that energy should be welcomed into the process of bringing a new baby into the world.
How famous does she think she is? Let me tell you something. Delivery doctors and nurses are insanely busy. They work long hours, barely get any rest, have to deal with tons of stress and chaos, from patients to coworkers to the constant pressure of their job. They do not have the time to be worried about fucking TikTok drama, much less get so involved and spend so much time forming an opinion to be biased against you. Come on, let's be real. They do not give a shit about any of this stuff. You are not a celebrity. And on top of that, it is illegal for them to treat you any worse or differently when it comes to medical care. They can't treat you worse than any patient in the hospital just because they don't like you. It's completely unethical and highly illegal. She is the most ridiculous person I've ever heard in my life.
If you're a doctor who has the opinion that you don't like me and Drew and you have something against us, please just don't even walk into the hospital room. Have a little respect that this is an experience we're excited about.
Okay, can we end this now? Anyways, like I said, nurses and doctors do not have the time to be gossiping or getting involved in your janky ass TikTok drama. They're there to do their job, get in, get your baby out safely, and move on to the next patient. It's a crazy, fast-paced, highly stressful environment, and most of the time, they are severely understaffed. You are not a celebrity, and thinking that they even have the time to care or get involved in any of your mess on TikTok is insane. Humble yourself a little, please. I beg of thee. Okay, guys. So this is one she posted the day after the ban.
Is everybody okay? I mean, is everybody good?
Girl, are you good?
Experiencing some whiplash from this. I was actually in the process of editing this very video when TikTok went dark on us last night, and my heart just instantly sunk. I mean, I've been on this app for over like 4 or 5 years now. For me, it actually had nothing to do with the money making on this app. It mostly had to do with all the connections I built.
Had nothing to do with the money and donations. You sure about that? How about the Amazon wish list that people completely bought out? How about the $18,000 you allegedly made in 1 month? Had nothing to do with that? Really? Okay.
Time. So with that, I'm incredibly happy to see it back up, and I sure hope it stays that way. So with the baby on the way and the anticipation of being able to try to move as soon as possible, we've been trying to get as many unnecessary things out of the home. We went through Bubba's old clothes to see if we could find any gender neutral clothes for 0 to 3 months. Now that's purely because I'm the type of person who's always going to try to reuse a resource if I can. This
riveting content.
I try to clean up this baby, and then we're like, you know what, we're checking this thing. It's ugly, it's heavy, and it's really not serving any purpose because it just slides to and fro in this freaking room. I started this pot roast a little bit too late, so we had to start it for tomorrow's dinner, which I guess is tonight, but then I started meal prep for yesterday's dinner, and I always just cut the onions, peppers, get the sausage ready, and then I leave the seasoning and cooking to Drew. I've attempted to make this meal every time, and I swear it's just not the same as when he cooks it, so I tell him, like, I'll get everything prepped, but you come in here and cook it. Loki tries to show me every time how to do it too, and I'm like, no, you're seriously, there's something about it when he makes it versus me. It's not the same.
Oh my god, this is my favorite thing is when she tries to pretend like Drew is doing all the work or more work than he actually is, or actually anything at all, because let's face it, he does nothing. He's gaming. I can't. But that's one thing I will say. I will give credit where credit's due. She do be cooking all day for her kids, okay? I have no problem giving credit where credit is due, though that is the bare minimum. But much like the other horrible moms on the internet, Ash Trevino, Ruby Frankie, at least she is cooking and feeding her children. So it's more than I can say for some. Oh my god, that's enough of that. And she wonders why she doesn't go viral. She complains that people aren't watching her videos and she's not going viral. But this is the content that we get. Anyways, in that video, she was making a pot roast, and I just have to share this comment because it's so funny. Someone said, having to wake up smelling like pot roast because your mom was cooking next to your head until 12 a.m. is crazy. Because she said she was cooking until 12 a.m. Girl, your kids sleep in the dining room, in the kitchen. Why are you up all night cooking? They have school. What the f? Anyways, let's watch her Sunday reset.
Let me be real with you, I barely made it through this Sunday reset. I am so freaking sore at this point in the pregnancy. But during the Sunday reset, I had this thing heavy on my mind. I kept thinking about how sometimes I put forth videos where I just don't feel like my authentic self is coming through completely. There's sides of me that I just feel are a bit vulnerable and I don't like to share it. But that's going to come with the traumatic past and PTSD, so I gotta be real. And then as much as I really try to not let any of these hateful comments get to me, sometimes they really do. It's mainly the comments that are like pointed towards my kids, and then definitely these comments about my ex. Those are just super triggering to me. But I also thought about that a lot today too.
Oh my god, look at Drew's lazy ass coming in with his gaming headset on while she's busting her ass cleaning and vacuuming while she's pregnant. She likes to claim that she enjoys doing it and that she chooses to do it. Okay, then he can be helping. He can be moving the stuff around for you instead of gaming. If that were me and I were pregnant, you better believe my boyfriend or husband would be cleaning those floors, vacuuming, cooking, doing all the shit. Okay?
anyone's opinion. It's mainly more like a mama bear reaction when it comes to comments about my kids. Like, I don't know what y'all are thinking, especially all them send them people to our house comments. Like, who in their right freaking mind honestly thinks that kids who are happy and loved in their home aren't terrified by the thought of someone coming and taking them from that home?
Okay, yeah, that is something I do not, I agree with her on this point. I do not think that people should be calling CPS. I see a lot of people posting on TikTok that why aren't we calling CPS on the resilient Jenkins? I do not agree with that whatsoever. That is just something I will never ever advocate for unless you have solid evidence that children in the home are actually legitimately being harmed, then there is no reason that you should be calling CPS. That is very scary and traumatizing for kids. I will side with her on this one. Nobody should be calling CPS. It's one thing to react to her content, have an opinion. It's a completely different thing to take it real life and start calling CPS when there is no actual, until there is an actual reason, legitimate reason to get CPS involved. This should be completely kept online. There's no reason to take this real life at all. Anyways, let's continue.
You gotta be some kind of fucking messed up. I mean, excuse my language, but I'm sorry. You're just some kind of idiot if you honestly think that my kids would be happier somewhere besides with me and Drew. And when it comes down to it, the real issue people have with us is that we lack the space. But the space that we have, we keep clean.
No. The issue is not that you lack the space. It's that you keep insisting on adding more babies to an already crowded living situation, one that's leading to an eviction. You do not have enough resources to support all these kids. And now you are relying on them to get you out of your financial mess by expecting them to create content with you to help you go viral. It's just not fair to put that kind of pressure onto your kids. Oh, and also that Drew is a deadbeat father and refuses to get off his lazy ass and work, walked out on his child and is now avoiding paying the child support that he owes. So actually, those are the issues that people have with you, not that you lack the space. Okay?
And most importantly, we create a lot of family memories in this house. Or dare I say house, I mean apartment. You want to know what I find the most funny about all these haters in the comments is they almost always have their entire profile private. Like they really just want to say whatever the hell they want in these comments and then have all their shit hidden. Well, guess what? I'm hiding nothing. Everything I have is out in the open. Y'all know everything about me by now. You really keep trying to make me feel bad for my past. Well, it's my past. I've grown from it. I know who I am today and I know who I put forward. Most importantly, I know the mother I am. And I love these kids more than anything in the world. Everybody in the home is excited about the baby. We cannot wait to bring her home. And honestly, not that it's anybody's business. She actually does have a bassinet. So thanks for watching. See you.
She actually does has a bassinet. So okay, I'm almost done, guys. I promise. I just have 2 more. So this one, she's big mad. She posted this video saying, the amount of people that make videos talking BS on other content creators, she's talking about me, guys, talking BS on other content creators truly just lack authentic content of your own. Girl, should be talking. This is not creative. Girl, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but your content isn't creative or authentic in the slightest. Like dancing to music, doing those little audio voiceovers, cleaning while you have text on screen is not authentic content. I'm sorry. But anyways, she says, gossip isn't content. Spreading hateful lies about others is the easy approach to try to catch views. They're not lies, but okay. Especially when you can tell whatever content creator you're posting about is getting the views you want on your page. Oh my God. Okay, first of all, they're not lies, girly pop. Second, just because somebody is offering criticism does not mean they're spreading hate, does not mean they want to be you, doesn't mean they want the life you have or your views or whatever you're trying to say. People can give you feedback without any jealousy or desire to be in your shoes. It's about recognizing what might be wrong or harmful in the situation, not about wanting your life. Okay, so we got to the best part. This one is my favorite because they have, I guess, been sick for a while and have missed some days and can no longer miss any days. I guess they have a certain amount that they can miss. And anyways, this is Steph complaining about the public school system. Let's watch. It's a treat.
So I'm not going to be the type of mom who pops up on my page and just has a bunch of
to talk about my children because I freaking love my kids. I love being a mom, and they're very rarely the reason why I'm overstimulated or have any kind of like mental issues at all.
Girl, are you sure? Because we all saw in the last video I posted about them that she was complaining about her kids a lot. And I mean a lot.
Don't stop. I got maybe 2 hours of sleep last night because if it wasn't one up, the other one's up. Every 10 seconds, Mom, Mom, Mom. I go in the bathroom and they're right there. I go in the kitchen and they're right there. I go anywhere, they're there.
Anyways.
You feel me? Like, they're the ones that keep me sane. That being said, like, I will say some shit about the positions my children be in as a mother. You feel me?
Positions your children be in? Girl, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
Like, I'm sorry, but I completely disagree with the school system. I think it's absolutely fucking whack that we have our kids running little lives like they're in their own little W-2s. Like,
this lady, I mean, okay. I'm not trying to be mean. She sounds so dumb. So dumb. Literally, I have never in my life heard somebody call a job a W-2. What is with her and freaking W-2s? I can't. I can't.
The whole attendance rate and the fact that like my kids can't take a sick day without it being marked against them, I think it's absolute bullshit. They're children. They should have absolute freedom when it comes to that.
No, they shouldn't have absolute freedom. They are children. Are you crazy? They need structure, not freedom.
They shouldn't have this a certain amount of days they need to be in your freaking system. And I think it would be different, in my opinion, if the schools were a little more beneficial. But in the public school system, when you have 30, 40 kids in one classroom, and a lot of times, like, my kids are coming home, I'm teaching them everything that they were supposed to be learning for that day. And I have no problem with that. Like, as a mother, you're a teacher, you're a cook, you're a cleaner, you're everything.
Please no.
And I'm fine with that. But I think that for my kids to be spending 7.5 hours somewhere every day, and the goal is for them to be learning something during that process, like, that should be what's happening. But since there's not enough individual attention in the public school system, the kids are literally just going to have this structured day that's planned out for them.
Which is good for them. What are you talking about?
And they get no freedom in the sense. And then when you want them to have some freedom, it's marked against them. Like, it just make it make sense. They're children. Why are we doing this to them? Why are we putting this ridiculous standards on our kids? And I get it. Like, we want to set boundaries and we want them to have good habits as adults. Okay, but I'm not the type of person that thinks you need to sell your soul to whoever you're working with. And
sell your soul?
We're already giving these kids. I mean, because this morning my daughter said we're still all, like, see, I can barely even catch my breath. We're still not feeling good. Like, can we just stay home? And I was like, I really wish that was the case, but you guys have already missed a set amount of days this year from us not feeling good. And I have to get you guys in there because I don't want you guys in any more trouble with it. And I hate telling my kids that. I hate being like, you can't take care of how you feel right now as a child because you have to go through this stupid system. And my daughter was like, tell the government they can all wear diapers on their head. Like, for real.
Just make it make sense.
I'll make it make sense for you, Steph, okay? This is why kids need school, is so that they don't grow up and sound like you when they speak. Don't you want your kids to be more successful, more educated, have a better shot at life than you did, and not have to come online and exploit their children to get them out of their financial situation when they get older? Maybe if you had a more positive attitude about work and school, your kids would pick up on that and have a more positive view of it too. I saw someone comment that a kid's attitude towards school is a reflection of their parents' attitude towards work, and I can already see this playing out. You and Drew both have such negative attitudes towards work, always talking down on 9-to-5 jobs, calling them W-2s, which is fucking wild. He only wants to do gig work, which is so unpredictable, especially when you have 5 kids to take care of. And sure, the school system has its flaws. No government-ran system is perfect. There is always room for improvement, but if you don't want your kids to have to come onto TikTok sounding ignorant as fuck, not being able to form proper sentences, then you should be trying to make school a fun and exciting experience for them. If you had a better outlook on work and education, your children would likely carry that same mindset and be more enthusiastic about school and learning. And that attitude is going to be crucial when it comes time for them to start going to college, starting a career, and following their dreams. But with the way things are going, you are not setting them up for success. You are failing them. You are a poor example. You are setting them up to hate structure, to struggle with education, and to not follow directions or excel in life. And when that happens, they will have you to blame for it. The foundation you are building now is shaping their future. And if it's all about avoiding responsibility or stability, they are not going to be prepared for the real world. They need guidance, discipline, and the tools to succeed. And right now, that is not being given to them. So anyways, guys, that was the update on these 2 peanut brains for parents. Like I said, people are rightfully concerned. They just got evicted, nowhere to go. Now she has a baby. Where are they even planning to move to? Another 1-bedroom? I don't know if they realize, but they're not going to be able to find a place, or at the very least, it is going to be very difficult with an eviction now on their record. Once that is on your record, good luck finding a new place to live. That is all I have to say. I just really hope that they learn something from this situation and realize that gig work is not the way to go, especially when you have a family of 7. And I also hope they learn that waiting on the government and your followers to fund your lifestyle is not sustainable. This is where that leads. It's just sad that while they're busy learning these major life lessons, their children are the ones suffering through it. The children are the real victims in all of this, and I get the feeling that these janky-ass parents have not learned a damn thing from any of it. I think the parents are setting them up for failure, and the fact that they want 12 kids, let's be real, no one, and I mean no one, is capable of giving children the proper love, attention, care, resources they deserve when there are so many of them. And if financially stable people can't even do it, then what chances does someone have when they are already struggling financially and facing eviction? It's time to stop putting your nasty fetish desires before your kids. They deserve better than this. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you today. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a video. Bye, guys. Take care.
Every now and again, I'm allowed to complain about the fact that I share a 1-bedroom with 4 kids, my husband, and 4 cats. And my insomnia is the worst part of it, because the fuck am I supposed to be in the middle of the night when I can't sleep? I can't be in the room with my husband or I'm gonna wake him up. Can't be in the room with the kids and I can't even go do the dishes or I'm gonna wake someone up. And I can't go outside because I live in a town where I'm gonna get murdered outside. So I just want this to not be my reality anymore.